Okay, so now let's create our first shop item. So we have to go to the shop item service that we've just created, and then we're going to create a method under this class called this is user. I need shop, shop service. We're going to go under the shop service and create a method that creates a new shop item. So before that, remember that this service class will be called in this shop item controller, as we are going to generate our endpoint. So now that said or remembered, if a class is going to be called, you have to annotate it with the application scope, just like that. And whatever we're going to use, remember in this service, it's where we make a method or an algorithm that is going to call for the repository or tell the repository to request for any data from the database. So we have to use the repository inside our service. So in any case, after to have the repository or use the repository under our service, we have to import it first. But in this case, we are not just importing but injecting. So we first inject it into our service. So we're going to inject the shop item repository. It's already here, shop item repository, and we shall be using it as shop item repository, and therefore we can now start our method, which will be a public method, to create a new it will return a shop. Of course, after creating the shop item, it returns the shop item as a response. So it will return a shop item in that case as a response. So we say create, the method is called create shop item. Then we now introduce the method scope, which is that. And then but remember, this method is going to create a new shop item according to our request. So what is our request? Our request that comes into this file comes into perspective in a way that just like I said before, it comes as a request. So it comes as a shop item request. So therefore we're going to say shop remember we had already created the shop item request, and it's going to come in as a request. Okay, that's why it's not complaining, because you already have it here, shop item request. So who is complaining now? The shop item is complaining, meaning that we haven't imported it, and when you trigger it, you can see it showing you that import the shop item from domains. So how do we import? Just like I said, point at that and say out, enter. It will import automatically. On Windows you can really slightly use a different annotation, but on Mac it's out, enter. Okay, so let's see what is complaining. It's saying add a return. Okay, oh yeah, because it's supposed to be returning a shop item as a response. So we haven't started. Now this is what we're going to do. We're going to create a new shop item. So we're going to instantiate the shop item class from here. Shop item. So create new, which is equal to shop item, a shop item that we're going to call a shop item. Instantiating, create a new shop item, and therefore we've now created a new shop item. But now we are going to start assigning assigning parameters in the shop item, like the other fields we described in our domain. These ones here, we're going to start assigning them. But now to assign them, we have to assign whatever we have in our domain, assign it with whatever we have in our request. So what have we requested? We have to first go to the request and define the request. What do we want our new shop item to have? Like we said, we started with a number, just like the domain. It's actually not so much different from the domain. Things like creation date and cannot be requested because it's auto-generated by the system. We can only request for image, change image, price, category, description, and title. And for now, we can also request for the number, dictate the number, but later we shall create a method to auto-generate the number so that it will also be auto-generated and not just requested. So copy this because it's kind of the same. Whatever you're going to request is just the same. Maybe just make sure you remove this column because this is not, we're not defining any columns in the database. We're just defining our requests. Okay, so after making our definitions, this is what we want to come through our request. We're going to provide a number, provide a title, a description, a category, price, and an image for a certain shop item, and then we send it to the service shop item service method, which is now this one here, the method we've just been creating. This one, we give it our request and it will create the shop item according to the request that we've given it. So let's go ahead and create assign. So we say on the shop item, should we start with title? We can start with number, I think, because number is the first. Number, please assign whatever that will come inside the request. So what we put in the request will be assigned to what is in our database. So basically what this means is that, let's run this. So is it complaining? So write on the object shop item, but anyway, we shall see that later. But all in all, this what this statement means, it means get the shop item number, the field where we have shop item number, and assign or put whatever has come in the request. So you have to repeat this for the rest of the fields. You can go for title, you can go for image. I think let's go for category first. Also have a description. Then we have the price of the commodity. And finally we have the image. And after this, we have to persist it into the DB. So we can say therefore shop item. No, actually persisting, we call a method from the shop repository dot persist. And what are we going to persist? We're going to persist this shop item here. Okay, so remember we said we have to return something. Actually, it's better to reassign it here at once. Return shop item dot persist. But anyways, now that it's not, so you can just return shop item down here. Return shop item, just like that. So we have successfully created our shop item now. So next we shall be going to more like I said, you have to replace this request number. Shall be, instead of assigning it to a requested number that we just generate, we shall be assigning it to an auto-generated number, because number is supposed to be auto-generated, not created by you, the person. Thanks for watching. See you in the next tutorial.